Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Everyday Magic vlog. I missed a day because I was traveling, and so therefore there was so much to catch up on that I had to make some notes. So what I do is just tell everything that happened into an audio file on notes, and then I send all that to Chat GPT and say, okay, make me a list of the highlights so that I can fit this into 5 minutes. So I have notes to look at, and I also today wanted to experiment with do you hear that? The birds are singing like songs. That's crazy. So I wanted to see if today I can figure out how to share my screen with you, and there it is, and show you some pictures. Let's see. Vlog notes, allow, and this is the photo section. Okay. So I wonder if you can see this. We'll just see. We'll just have to see what happens. Okay, so what I did on Friday was, so it's already Sunday for me. It's probably Saturday for you, wherever you might happen to be. I went to breakfast with Ray down in the village of Rawene before we headed for Kerry for the airport. And that's where I met for the second time and had a chance to actually take a picture with him. This is Bruce. And this is just one of the amazing synchronicities that keep showing up in my life, is that Bruce is deeply, deeply connected in Nepal. He spends lots of time there. He has a family that he sponsors there. He knows all about it. So he's going to be able to help me with where to stay, with what to do, with where to go, and grant me an introduction into that community. And also Tibet, which is really not accessible to us anymore, but the Tibetan refugees have left there and created their own little place in Nepal. So I'm going to get to do that at the same time. So now I'm considering spending about a month there in December and January when I finish in India. So that's Ray and me and little Georgie at the little outside cafe in Rawene. She's so amazing. And then this is the arrival into Sydney. So I'll go through these pictures. I'll share these pictures another um, time so that you can look at them more thoroughly. But this is just an overview of what Sydney looks like, making my way from the city out to the suburbs where I'm staying. They have some beautiful architecture. It was very interesting to me to remember that Australia is even younger than the United States. So the battles that are going on between the colonists and the Aboriginal are similar to what happened early on with the United States and the Native Americans, American Indians, the people who lived there first. Anyway, that's another long subject, but that's the ferry that I'm about to get on. Beautiful bridge. I don't know what this building is, but I'm going to go and find out. It's right there on the harbor in Sydney. And then once I got back to my little Airbnb out in Brookvale and settled in, I went for a long walk. About 45 minutes away was this beach through an amazing little village, and so beautiful. A little coastal walk. I didn't go very far on there because it was Saturday and there were a lot of people, and that's not my way of exploring the wilderness. But they have this pool. I wanted to take more pictures of this closer, but then I thought that it was weird because there's a lot of kids there, and taking pictures of kids just always feels right? So but this pool, there's another one over here to the left that is like a kiddie pool, but I suspect that is salt water, that's seawater, but being in the pool, it's able to be a little bit warmer and a little bit safer for swimming. So that's another thing to investigate. I don't know if I'll get to swim there or not. Okay. Yeah. So that was my little journey. Afternoon out to the beach, right? And this where I'm sitting is a beautiful sunny morning. It's almost 10. And this is the backyard of the Airbnb where I'm staying. It's incredible. We did our daily body magic out here this morning with the small private group that's included in that right now. But keep paying attention, because on Halloween, that's going to be opened up and made available to other people. So we're refining it and making it easy before we welcome in other people, right? Okay, so what else has happened? All right, so flew from Kerikeri to Auckland and met an amazing woman on that flight named Yvette, and we exchanged numbers. And it's so cool that I'm making friends all over the world. And then in Auckland, I got to have dinner with Judy Cranston, who is, I will link to her. She's an incredible musician, teacher, mystic, priestess. She's awesome. We had a wonderful, wonderful time meeting in person and had an amazing dinner. And our dinner wound up being in a restaurant that was right next door to my hotel, even though we didn't know that yet. And so I got checked in and got a decent so sleep. I had to get up at 3, so that always makes me not sleep well. And I had a cocktail at dinner, which also makes me not sleep well. So by the time I arrived at the Auckland airport to head to Sydney at about 4:30 a.m., I was pretty tired and ready to go. And the flight was uneventful, except there was a mechanical problem of some kind at the beginning. So we had to go back to the gate and left almost 2 hours late. And that was a great, I love being reminded that I don't have to stress about things like that, because I'm not on a schedule most of the time. Most of the time, there's nobody that's waiting up for me. There's no business meeting that's being held up because of me. So a 2-hour delay, I get to talk with my passengers. I get to read. I get to sleep. I get to do whatever. It doesn't bother me at all. But so I arrived in Sydney. I'm looking at my notes now. I was meant to take the train. So I looked at Uber real quickly. To get from the Sydney airport out to where I am would have been like $150. So it's quite a distance. And I didn't really want to do that anyway. I was just curious. But I was meant to take the train from the airport to the ferry, and then the ferry to Manly Beach, which is one of the most famous beaches here in Sydney. And then from there, another bus to here. But the train was down. So it wound up being bus, train, ferry, bus, walk, right, to get here, which is absolutely amazing, because, when you can get in your mind that it's not about getting there, it's about the journey, then everything truly is like, oh, it's an hour bus ride. So what? All along the way, there are so many surprises that can happen, and things to see out the windows, and passengers to observe, right? So when I say it's all about the journey, I mean it's all about the journey. And even if you never get to where you're going, who cares if you're really loving getting there, right? Okay. So today I have found a place nearby called Allenby Park that is supposed to be this magical secret little bit of wilderness near Sydney. I'm out of the city in the suburbs, but there's a waterfall. There's all kinds of beautiful little private hidden hiking trails there. So I'm going to go and spend most of the day there, and I'm going to try to do some of these live vlogs from other places like that. I don't know if the technology will work. I don't know how that will come about, but that's the idea, is sharing with you where I am and what I'm doing. So in Sydney for a few days and back on track. So I'll be back tomorrow or maybe later today, but very, very soon for another update. Thank you for being here. Please share your comments. Please click the subscribe button and the notify me button, that little bell, or follow wherever you happen to be seeing this video, and be with me and make it so I'm not speaking into a void. And let me know your questions, the things that you really would be interested in hearing about and seeing, and I will do my best to go and collect that for you. All right. I love you. Join me every day for the Everyday Magic vlog, and on Fridays for my podcast, Everyday Magic Live. Fridays in New Zealand, Thursdays everywhere else, most of the places. We just kind of have to trust that the universe will line up our calendars. All right. Okay. Love you. See you soon. Mwah.